Hey everyone, this is Combat Lobster, and today we're going to be playing Luckslinger for the PC. Luckslinger is a hip-hop infused spaghetti western action platformer. And that might sound strange at first, but you should see this game in action. Now before we start, there's one thing I want to point out in the settings real fast. There's an option for random on-hit slow-mo. That's on by default, but I'm disabling it for this LP because when you kill an enemy, there's a potential chance that it could slow down the game, and I'm going to keep that off for now, and I just wanted to point that out. So with that said, why don't we get started with a new game? Now this was something that was recently patched in. There are two difficulty modes, New School and Old School. But since I played this game completely in Old School mode, we're going to be sticking to that difficulty for this LP. There's not much difference other than where you start when you game over. And with that said, let's get started. And now we're in gameplay. This first section is just a tutorial on how to platform. If you know how to play a platforming game, then you know what to do for this part. And now we're coming up on our first cutscene. And with that said, we now have an objective, to head to Clover Creek. And now we're getting introduced to the checkpoint system. Every vinyl player we run across is a checkpoint. And that glowing yellow piece we just picked up is a piece of luck essence. Luck plays a big part in this game. When you don't have a whole lot of luck essence, bad things will happen, like platforms will fall. Like so. But when you get more of it, you're more likely to have good things to happen to you, like platforms not falling, or a platform spawning just before you fall into a pit. It's always a good idea to keep as much luck as you possibly can. You can have a maximum of 8 pieces of luck. So this next part of the tutorial is mostly about you running gun and stuff. It also reinforces lessons that you learned in the previous part, such as bad things will happen when you don't have any luck on you. And here's the shooting tutorial. Just hit X to shoot. That's pretty simple. But one thing about your gun though, that there is recoil the more you shoot, so your shots are going to slowly ride up the more you shoot rapidly. So what I tend to do is shoot in 3-shot bursts, so that way it covers about the same height as a regular person. And that's always a good rule of thumb to go by when it comes to shooting. But there are also advantages to shooting at full burst, but we'll get into those when we get there. And that golden bullet that we just loaded into our gun is a lucky bullet, and I'll show you how that works as soon as we find our first real enemy. None of these armadillos. Shoot chests to open them, pretty simple. So the lucky bullets pretty much work as a homing shot, so you don't really have to aim it at anybody, but you need to aim around the ballpark of them. Because it won't just home in on any enemy, it has to be within a proximity. And now we're getting introduced to the roll mechanic. You can hit the left trigger to roll. It will dodge projectiles, but not people. So no rolling behind a guy to get the drop on him. Also, sometimes you can get lucky and enemy bullets will actively dodge you. And no matter where you are, those bullets will veer away from you. Even if you touch them, they don't even hurt you then. So while you can have lucky events happen to you at random, you can also have lucky events happen at will by holding the right bumper, and it will create a luck field around you, and anything that can happen to you that's lucky will happen to you. And the more luck you have, the longer the field will stay up. And the last thing we have is a throwing knife. Just tap the right trigger and you'll throw it out, and after a few seconds, Duckbridge will go out and fetch it for you. You can also hold in the right trigger and it will give your knife through a little twirl and it'll actually travel farther. Also, don't forget to pick up your knife when Duckbridge drops it for you, because he won't actually give it to you, he'll drop it for you though. And now on to Clover Creek. Man, this place looks like a dump. Looks like a hurricane came through here. I mean, quite literally, look at these windows. But there's one of the locals, maybe we can find out what happened. Huh, Sheriff is a pretty good artist when he's drunk. Boom Boy O'Connor. Fought in the Civil War, robbed banks for thrills, wanted for manslaughter and theft. And we can bring him back dead or alive. Alright. Well, Sheriff looks like he's kinda out of it right now. Hopefully he won't drown in the rain. But coming back over here for a second, you might have noticed that I can enter this cellar. So let's do that. Whoa, what is this? Some kind of store or something. Yo, what up? Duckbridge, you're getting into the text box. You need to move. Oh, don't worry, your secret's safe with me. And speaking of Duckbridge, we can also find out what he's thinking if we pause the game. And most of the time he's going to tell us where we're going, because he has to catch up with us every now and again. But sometimes he'll say something that's context sensitive to what's going on around us. And I'll be sprinkling a couple of his thoughts throughout these town segments. I must say, yes I do. The golden knife, extra health, and an extra life. But unfortunately they are very expensive. And I am too poor, so I will be leaving. And next up is the saloon. So here in the saloon, we'll be meeting a whole lot of different characters throughout the game, but for right now it's pretty empty and there's not much to do right now. There is, however, a vinyl record player, which we can play some of these vinyl records we've been picking up. Yeah, I kind of like this one. You can also play the piano, if you so choose. However, I am bad at it. That's the best I could do. Hey, what's up? Actually, we might want to shut this music off because that sounds something licensed. And we don't want YouTube knocking on our doors. So anyways, let's check out these 3 doors up here. This one has a kid in it. Okay, what up, kid? Whatever you say, kid. He's got a lot of stuff on him. He's got a tennis racket? Luckslinger, don't smoke in his room. If you're gonna do that, head all the way to the right, where you can have your own room to smoke in, which has its own bed, and a chest that holds 33 of something. And we'll find out what that is in a little bit. So right now there's not much to do in this room, but this is where we'll end up every time we start the game. And we don't have anything going on right now. And the middle door just leads to the balcony, which means we can jump off it and land on our horse, Jill. It's my horse now. And we can't leave town without Jill, so keep that in mind. But next up is the jailhouse. That's okay. That's nice. What up, guy? Well, the sheriff is currently drowning in rainwater, so I don't know if he's gonna be here to help you. I don't know. I'm out of here. Peace. There's also the gravedigger. And next up is the Church of Luck. And unfortunately, since most of their luck charms have been stolen, this place is kind of empty. I do enjoy the priest's sermons, at least. There's also a door to the catacombs, and there is a very precarious character down here. Yo, what up, man? Alright, whatever. Didn't want to be down here anyway. And our last stop is the bank, which apparently has a clerk that doesn't remember the code to his own dang vault. So, you know, I don't know if I want to keep my money with this guy. But here's an opportunity to get a collectible. If we can just guess the correct combination of drums to hit, we get a gold bar. Now, for the first one, you can guess literally any combination and you'll get it every time. But here's what happens when you don't get it right. You end up soft-locking the vault and you'll be locked out of getting that one particular gold bar from the rest of the game. But hey, there's more to come and there's plenty more times to get it, so don't give up hope. There is one other thing that we could check out, which is this guy here. His name's Luca, but he is more relevant to the next video, so we'll be saving him for then. And past him is the path to the next level. But this update's getting a little long in the tooth, so we're going to head back to the saloon and call it a night. And that about does it for this video. I hope to catch you next time. See ya.